day's a day, a bad luck's always a coming my way.
For today's grim adventure, we find ourselves not too far from a place known as Cruden Bay, Scotland. Today we're going to be visiting the ruins of a castle known as Slains Castle. And it was built right around the year 1600. About a 10-minute walk down this road will take you to the ruins of Slains Castle, high on a cliffside overlooking the North Sea. So we have to be careful because, well, you just have to see it. Now, the ruins of Slains Castle are a little extra special to the world of horror because you see, Bram Stoker, when he wrote Dracula, he actually wrote about a certain room inside the ruins of this castle. And we're gonna find it. I don't think it's gonna be too hard, but we're gonna find it. It's the octagon room. Now, before we get down to the castle ruins, I do want to talk a little bit about Bram Stoker and his time here at Cruden Bay. You see, supposedly he came up here quite a bit and stayed in the area to write some of his books. I mean, it makes sense. There are 2 books where he actually mentions Slains Castle by name. And like I said, in Bram Stoker's Dracula, there's the octagon room. We're gonna talk about all that in just a minute. But just being on this road, man, this is cool. We still have a little bit of walking to do, but from here, from the road, you can start to see the bones of the ruins sticking up from the ground through the mist. Now, baby girl, please be careful, but I can't wait to see the look on your face when you see this. This view is spectacular. Oh man. Right next to this view is a rather modern fence. And as we walk along it, it looks like the old driveway to Slains Castle actually curves along the coastline. You can see the walls right here. I'm sure we can walk that way. Or we're going to take the road this way.
I vote for the natural path.
The way that it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Just please be careful. To the left-hand side is just this really steep cliff. Need my help? No, there you go. See, you got this, the little adventurer you. I think we are here. We really are just right around the corner from the ruins of Slains Castle that's right behind me. The ocean is over this way, and surprisingly, you still cannot hear the waves crashing along the rocks, against the rocks. Oh man, the excitement. I'm so excited. Dracula. Dracula. So the road that we took wraps pretty much right around this castle, and it is massive. Look at this. Jessica, you are so tiny compared to this. Now, if you keep following the road that we were just taking, it comes right over here to what it looks like it's like the entrance to the mansion, to the castle, to the Slains Castle ruins. Now we have some old photos and some old art pieces, but our main goal is to find the octagon room that Bram Stoker wrote about in Dracula. And we're gonna start lining up stuff. Oh my word. Okay, I got chills. This is cool. This is so cool. Now I'm sure you've seen people off in the distance. We are not the only people here. Oh man, the ocean is to the left. We're gonna show that in just a little bit. Like I said, we are in search of the octagon room from Dracula. But like I said, we're not the only people here, so we might turn the corner and find somebody. Oh, man. Again, this place was built, they believe, around 1600. Nobody knows for sure. I can hear people off in the distance. Like, don't get me wrong, baby girl. I love Whitby and Whitby Abbey, but this is kind of like, this might be cooler. Oh man, which way do we go? It's a lot bigger than I thought. This place is definitely a lot bigger than what we were picturing it. Definitely a lot more tighter spaces than Whitby Abbey for sure. Now, baby girl, I know that the octagon room, Dracula's room is what we're going to call it, is towards the center of Slade's castle. And I think it's got to be down this way. Oh man. Yeah, go to your right. Now I'm 6'2", I got to duck. You almost have to duck. Oh yeah, there it is, to the right-hand side. Let me crouch down a little bit and point the camera up. Jessica right now is walking into the room that it is believed that Bram Stoker was inspired by to write the room. He actually wrote the room. He described it in Dracula. Walking into the room from this side, it looks like the missing stones are in the shape of a cross. Baby, think about it. I mean, you love the story Dracula. I love the story Dracula. Can you imagine Bram Stoker walking through here? I don't think it was ruins whenever he was here, but can you imagine him walking through here, seeing this room and going, And then when he sits down to pen Dracula, he remembers this room. Looks like somebody's built a fire in the middle. I like to think that I have a pretty good memory. But when it comes to memorizing things like monologues and things like that, it's a little hard. So I actually have a section, a portion, if you will, of Dracula by Bram Stoker where he mentions this room. So I'm going to read it to you while we're standing in this room. It says, "The Count halted. Putting down my bags, closed the door and crossing the room, opened another door which led into a small octagonal room, lit by a single lamp, and seemingly without a window of any sort." This is cool. So let's say Bram Stoker did take inspiration for that room in his novel from this place right here. Well, I can say this, there are windows here, giant windows, or maybe at one point, these were like doors that went to different floors. I mean, all that's left is the walls. There's no roof here. There's nothing else other than what you see. And like I said, aside from this room describing it almost to the T, Bram Stoker actually mentions Slane's Castle by name in 2 of his other works. And so he obviously spent some time here, obviously. We still have yet to see the cliffs, the ocean, the North Sea. So it looks like we found the entrance to the staircase that goes up to the 2nd floor. And it also looks like it went, at one point it went down underground Now when you go up there, baby girl, please be careful. There you are. Trust me when I say being inside this castle is beyond cool, but we still have to see the cliffs overlooking the ocean, the North Sea. And Jessica's already out here. We took a look at it just to see how careful we had to be, because we heard that, well, Slane's Castle, the ruins are right on the edge of cliffs. Look at this. Now that is something else. Again, they believe that this castle was built in the year 1600, or pretty close to it. Can you imagine just having this be your backyard, waking up every single day, falling asleep every night to the sound of the ocean?
It's funny that I came here dreaming about Dracula and Bram Stoker and him writing his story here and basing a part of that story on an actual location here. And having walked up to the sea, standing in a crumbling castle on the sea, all I can think about is The Last Unicorn. To my knowledge, there's not a physical location that the book nor the movie The Last Unicorn is based on. But if you're a fan of the movie, I don't think you can come here and not think about that story and the Red Bull that drove the last unicorns into the sea.
We pretty much have been here all day, and we actually brought a little lunch. Well, it's not really a lunch, it's cookies, Oreo cookies. And what better way to have a lunch here at Slane's Castle with the castle behind us and the North Sea off in the distance. Oh man. You always get so excited when it comes to food. It's the cutest thing. Like your face lights up, everything about you. You know, there's not many people in the world that can say that they've eaten blonde Oreos at Slane's Castle in Scotland. Dracula's Castle. I am going to go out on a limb here and say that this place has got to be cooler than Whitby Abbey. Definitely not as crowded. But who knows? Maybe this place is feeling a little extra magical to us because of the mist. I mean, they are, after all, two completely different places. One's an abbey, like an old church, and this one was a private home, a private mansion. But my word, it's unbelievable walking through these ruins, these hallways like this. But can you imagine what this place was like back whenever it was actually like life in it? It just goes on and on. So baby ghoul, where are you at? So I'm gonna have you walk ahead of me, because down here at the very end of this to the left is this area that looks like it goes down, like it's like catacombs, like it would be something where you would find in a cemetery. So get your light out. I think it's the next door on the left. Wait till you see this. Right? Told you. Can you get down inside there? Are there steps? Does it look safe? Right? It's like they got these vaults on the wall. Does it go back kind of far or just right there?
It comes in. It's just a square room, but
can
they're all like this. I'm gonna go on a limb and say this was the kitchen.
Oh, look behind you. Flash the light over this way. All right, it was either a kitchen, or can I just say maybe this is the crypts from Dracula. I can see this. I can see that. There are surprises around every corner here. I know I keep saying it, and it sounds like a broken record. Just wow. We really could spend all day here inside these ruins. But let's step outside and get a shot of this place from the other side. Again, we walked up to the ruins from the other side, like the main road coming in. This really, just taking it all in. Look at that. The shot of the castle from this angle is just breathtaking. I mean, wow. I think this is our thumbnail. That's Jessica walking up to the castle right now. She wants to go up into the towers. So we will meet up with her in just a little bit. I'm gonna try to line up some photos. I'm standing against a wooden fence right now, thank goodness, because look at this. Hey, what on earth? Whoo. That is cool. That is very, very cool. Let me go ahead and back up. What a day to be here. In preparation of coming out here to Slane's Castle, we did all kinds of research. And the number one thing that everybody always talked about was when you come out here, you have to be careful because it is on a cliffside, as you just saw, overlooking the North Sea, and things can get rather slippery and things crumble and things fall apart. I mean, after all, this place was built right around 1600. Now, sadly, within the past 20 years, there was a kid that came out here to do some exploring. Since we've been here, there's been groups of people walking up to the castle and back. You just can't get enough of this place. Somebody came out and he actually fell over the cliffs and died. So please be careful, especially if you come here. Now I'm gonna try my hardest to line up shots as best as I can to an old photograph. And in doing so, I wanna show you this. You see this wall right here? Hopefully you can make it out. Back in the day, at one point, whenever this house was in full swing, there were these magnificent, large, massive gardens, whatever you want to call it, here on the grounds. And I point that wall out because right here, you can kind of see how it's like a bit of a ledge. You can see the wall right here, the bottom of your screen. These were all gardens. In fact, if I point the camera up to right about here, this might be as close to the photo as we can get. Maybe if I move over just a little bit. It looks like the photo was taken from one of the gardens. You can see the house, and then you can see this wall right here. You see it? That's the path that we were just walking down, right by that wooden railing. It blows my mind. Jessica just came down. I was like, you have to climb the steps to the top of the tower. So we put the drone away for right now, maybe for the day. I think we did pretty good. And where she's walking right now were the main steps to the gardens. You can see them again in this photo right here. You were saying that they're pretty steep up there, yeah? I can only imagine the views though. Well, the sun is starting to burn away the mist. It's getting a little warmer. So we go in that way. Now looking up here at the staircase and the different holes that you can look out of, I'm going to guess that if you were afraid of heights, this might not be what you want to do. There you are. All right, baby, stay there because I'm gonna come up, all right? Being 6'2", I don't know if this is a great idea. It's a spiral staircase with some views, that's for sure. Oh man. There you are. So technically, this is the second level. So are you gonna go up? You already went up, but you gonna go up again, or is it just me? Just me? All right. All right. Up we go. You can see the mist. Oh man. Technically, I'm on the 3rd floor. This is a view looking down to where we were just starting, at the bottom of the staircase. This is intense. Intense for sure. All right, more to go. Here's the next level. This is probably not making any sense. My knees are shaking. Oh gosh. So here's the view from the top, looking out this way, but it gets even a little crazier. Oh, for the love of Pete. Oh, for the love of Pete. We are now at the very top. I am hugging the walls. Don't believe me, we're at the very top. Let me go ahead and move this in here. Look at this. We can't go up any further. I am hugging the walls. Quite honestly, screw the cliffs. Walking these steps when they're wet, I mean they're dry now, but if they were wet, this is truly terrifying. Oh my word. But still very cool. Still very cool. You guys want to look down? Look at this. Look at that. That's over the edge. Nope.
Wherever I come, bad luck is coming my way. Wherever I go, hard luck is there to stay. Good luck never stays a day. Bad luck's always coming my way.